Hi, my name is Vita Sykes, and this video is for Unit 1, Cultural Background. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and my culture. I am African American. I'm 43. I was born in South Carolina, but I have lived most of my life in Detroit. My mother moved me and my sisters here when I was 10 years old. I'm the youngest of three girls. My mother was born and raised in South Carolina. She was a single parent. And when we were living in South Carolina, we were living with my mother and my grandmother. My grandmother was a strong support system. She was a strong Christian woman, and she believed in the upbringing of children in a certain way. And so she taught us how to behave and how to behave appropriately in our surroundings. We went to church every Sunday as Methodists. We grew up Methodist. And we went to predominantly white schools, being in a rural, small town. Um, my grandmother and her brothers and sisters, they owned land, and each one of them owned their own home. So we lived in a family circle. And we weren't rich or anything like that, but we didn't want for anything. We didn't know we were poor or we never went hungry or anything. So we had good upbringing. Each day when we went to school, we rode the bus. The bus picked us up, and everything we did outdoors. We didn't have a lot of toys. We didn't want a lot of toys. My mother would buy us dolls and things like that as girls, but we didn't need anything. We played outside all day from morning to night when we didn't have school. And so my mother, as a single parent, decided she wanted to move to Detroit. I was 10 years old. My sister right over me, she was 11. And my older sister, she was 13. And when we moved here, it was a culture shock for us within our own race and environment. We had the idea that when we lived in South Carolina, that all African Americans lived the way we did. And when we moved to Detroit, we found out that wasn't true. We had to adapt to not being able to be outside all different times of the day because it was too dangerous. We'd get robbed or we could most likely even be killed randomly. And so the crime rate was different, the environment was different, so we had to adjust. The first 3 days, me and my sister was in Detroit. We went to school, we walked around the corner, and when we get to the phone booth, we called my mom and begged her to let us come back home. And of course, she said no. We had to still go to school. But it was just the fact that we went to school with mostly all white kids, and then when we got here, it was all black kids, and we didn't know how to adapt again with our own race. And some people may think that's crazy, but that's what happened. So we had to struggle all the time to adapt. And because my grandmother had a process of teaching us certain things and how we lived, even the food we ate was different from where we lived in here. Most people think in the South, most people eat soul food, which we did. We didn't get very much of it. We had healthy food most of the time. Me and my sisters didn't even know what ribs were until we moved to Detroit. We had no idea what that was. And we had people that also was from the South when we moved here, and they were like, "How did you not know?" We didn't. We didn't get that kind of food. So culturally, that was our culture. That's why me and my sisters understand what it's like for people from other countries, or may be like for them to live a certain way and then come and live in another country and not know the rules. We're from the United States. We were born here. We're just born in another another area of the United States, and we didn't even know how to adapt within our own culture. So we have an understanding of what it's like to be different, and even though we have the same color face, we still were different. Because today, even now, I see things that African Americans do here in Detroit that I don't agree with. I don't understand. It's not that it's wrong or bad or anything. It's just that that's not how I was raised. So I don't understand it. So me and my sister struggle up to, growing up, to trying to use the foundation we started with and utilizing that to adapt to a new environment. It was hard. So this gives me an avenue, taking this course gives me an avenue to understand what other people go through personally from their point of view. And I think that it's more important to interact with your similarities first and then build a foundation of an interpersonal relationship with the person you're interacting with and then find out your differences because your similarities will give you dialogue and understanding of each other's environment. And I just want to bring some idea of what my culture is like because my culture may be different from another African American's that's sitting right next to me. What they go through, I have no idea. And it's different for everybody. So it took me, I learned at 10, because me and my sister couldn't figure out why when we lived in the South that our lunches was fresh, hot food. And when we moved to Detroit, we got TV dinners at school. That was a culture shock. That was different. So it wasn't something we was used to and something we didn't want to be used to. So it was different. It has made it possible for me and my sister to interact with any culture, be it Hispanic, Middle Eastern, what have you, because we all have different issues when it comes to culture, even in our own culture. So we have always had the pleasure of being able to interact with any culture. So that's been a blessing. So I look forward to sharing my views and hope you can share your views with me on your culture. And I can't wait to see how this class goes because I'm learning a lot already just from the first week. And I look forward to meeting with you, everyone. If you have any questions for me, feel free to ask. And good luck. See you later. Bye.